How crazy is it that the Avengers actually happened? Just think about that. How crazy is it that they've been building these franchises and slowly joining the worlds? And how crazy is it that it raises the superhero bar so high? Pretty goddamn crazy, but it does. Goddamn crazy. That's what's so wildly insane about this film. It works. Screen time is shared and every character has a slew of moments where they're a badass. I walked into this one really only caring about Captain America and Iron Man, and I walked out just wanting a sequel. I want to see all these guys back and fighting together again. Now, I actually don't read that many comics. Oh no, my nerd cred! Like, I'm reading the new TMNT and I've read Walking Dead, and I've dabbled with some graphic novels like Mouse and Y the Last Man, but my knowledge base of the basic Marvel universe outside of the movies is non-existent. So a big fear going in is that I wouldn't understand a lot of the things going on. Honestly though, if you haven't seen a single Marvel movie up until this point, you can walk into the Avengers and you're gonna be in great hands. I'm stunned by how simply everything is explained, and it's streamlined where it so easily could have been a garbled mess. You don't ever feel talked down to, the story never drags, and the trajectory is very clear. Norse god Loki travels to Earth to reclaim the Tesseract, which will allow him to open a portal so the Chitauri army can take over Earth. And thus, a bunch of differently skilled superheroes are forced to work together for the betterment of humanity. This collision of superheroes is why you're going to watch the Avengers. The interplay between heroes in and out of battle is really cool. And in the first half of the movie, when they don't really get along, you get to see some amazing mashup battles. And in the second half of the movie, when they do end up working together, I know, what a spoiler, we get to see some equally amazing moments. As far as gripes go, I mean, yeah, I could bitch about how each character doesn't necessarily have an arc, but that's kind of what their individual franchise movies are there for. And while mentioned before, screen time is shared very well, but I would have liked pairings mixed up a little more. Like, Hawkeye is almost exclusively paired with Black Widow. That said, the Banner and Stark combo is fantastic. I really hope we get a little Bruce Banner in Iron Man 3. And I have to say, I am so happy that Loki is done being a bitch. If there's one thing you should take away from all of this, it's that I really liked the Avengers. And it's going to be really interesting to see where this takes comic book movies. We already know that Cap, Thor, and Iron Man are getting sequels. Somewhere in there, Edgar Wright's Ant-Man is in the works, and Mark Ruffalo just signed a 6-picture deal to play the Hulk. And seriously, that 6-picture deal is warranted. I mean, he's the only dude who gets to look over the shoulder and deliver a really badass line. Seriously, that move with like a camera push and a turn over the shoulder, just a badass thing. Just a badass thing. It almost doesn't even matter what you're saying. But yeah, right, wow. The Marvel Universe has just become a playground. And on the DC front, with so many of the franchises failing and the Batman trilogy coming to a close, it almost makes sense for them to just jumpstart everything with the Justice League, and from there we'll kind of spin off into our own individual franchises. It's kind of like reverse engineering of what Marvel did. But what Marvel did, that's no small feat. Not only is the Avengers delivering major fan service, but it's creating a bunch of new fans as well. Like this guy. So those are my thoughts on the Avengers. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you want, you can check out previous reviews, or you can look in the descriptions for my Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, all that fun stuff. As for me, it's time to dramatically talk over my shoulder. Let's be honest. The Spider-Man reboot was too soon. They reveal the villain for the next Avengers film just like this. I must be out of shape, because this is really hurting my neck.